Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop today. Today we are going to be working on our 2001 Yamaha Warrior. It's actually got a bad intake on it. The intake is rubberized. It's got a huge crack down the middle of it. This thing got fired back up after a while. If you saw the last video, it was sputtering and stuttering. It sounded really terrible, and I saw that huge crack in the intake. So let's go ahead and get that replaced. Let's show you the parts over on the workbench, and let's get right into it. So this intake, I noticed, I don't know if you guys can see that right in there. It's completely split in half. It had a big ass crack in it. I thought I could do the old fix-a-rooney and electrical tape it back together. That was not the case. It did not work out very good at all. All right, so one of the first things we're gonna do is we're actually gonna pop this seat off of here. And to get at this carburetor, you probably don't absolutely have to take this off because we're just changing the intake boot in between, but for filming purposes, I'm probably gonna pop that off. So I'm gonna get some, looks like a 10 millimeter and some Phillips screws, and let's get this intake out of here. Okay, I did take all of the front plastics off. I took the tank off. No, you don't have to do this. This is just so I can show you guys with a better view. You can replace this part we're about to replace without taking any of that crap off. This does make it a little bit easier to get in there and get access, but let me show you what I'm working with in here. Okay, as you guys can see here, so I did try to tape this back together just to see if I could get it running. It is like massively destroyed. It is not supposed to look like this. So if you have a crack in your boot whatsoever, it's not gonna run right. This definitely was not running worth a damn. So let's get this off. Okay, so it should be the only thing that you need to get this off is a 12 millimeter wrench, and you have a nut in the way there. You have a nut on the bottom there. You have to break loose. And then I'm pretty sure the Allen is a number 6, but we'll have to see once we get this off. You're gonna wanna make sure to not flip your carburetor upside down either, because if you do, you're gonna leak fuel out everywhere. I'm just gonna set the carburetor over to the side like this. Hopefully not lose a bunch of fuel. And then let's see, get my washers back. Yeah, that is a number 6 Allen head. All right, so we've got the old intake out. Let's get it over the workbench. All right, so we got our old intake out on the workbench here. I did write on it just engine. So the side with the rubber gasket goes in towards the cylinder head. This other flat side here goes to the carburetor. Now I didn't have a gasket or anything on mine. Not sure if one's supposed to come with it, but there's like a recessed O-ring here that goes towards the cylinder head. So you could see where it wasn't this bad yesterday. I tried to tape this darn thing back together. So this is from 1PZ. It's the same company I got the ignition coil from, and it worked out pretty good. So decided to go with them again. So what you get inside of the kit, you get a couple, looks like nice O-rings. Got your Allen hardware, washers, a gasket. And then this is a solid piece that's completely milled, CNC machined. Doesn't have all that rubber and stuff in it, so it's nice, one piece. Here's the difference. Let me go like this. Let's look at the difference in bolt holes here. Yeah, so all the bolt holes and everything line up. At first glance, yep, everything lines up. One side is actually larger than the other, so you can't install it incorrectly. So let's get this new one over there on the Warrior. I did not mention I got this part on Amazon. Here's the part number for anybody that's interested. That is a 2001 Yamaha Warrior. I'm pretty certain it'll fit other years. Do your own research on that, but this was about $30, 30 something bucks. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a black O-ring here in the face of this carburetor. And we're gonna pull that out and we're gonna replace that with our green one that comes in the kit. Okay, so we've got our, not sure if you guys can see that, but we did replace our O-ring there. Now let's get the intake on. Okay, now we're gonna put our intake on here, and it does come with this gasket. Now this intake gasket, it only fits one side. It only fits on this side over here. Does not fit on this side, so this goes in. And we're just gonna use our supplied hardware they give us. It's a little bit longer than the factory, although it is the right size. All right, there's what our new intake looks like installed. Got it nice and tight. And it does come with supplied lock washer, so that's nice. So now let's get our carburetor on. So there's our final product installed. There's a top view. Some shot of it from the other side. It is nice and shiny looking. All right, now that we've got our carburetor back on, let's go ahead and get this all buttoned back up.
Almost and power, and I brought a Cuda.
So we've got it all put back together. I've turned the fuel on. Let's fire it up. And see what it does. Way better. All right, everybody, that does it for our 2001 Yamaha Warrior intake install. Super easy. That one PZ part being fully machined is very nice. Quad fired right up. No backfires through the carburetor. That's the problem I was having. It was like backfiring out of that intake boot. And it sounded pretty nasty, but that had none of those issues. So pretty happy with it. Install went pretty easy. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. As always, I appreciate everybody watching. Until next time, thank you and take care. So I was just about to clean everything up, and my little ride through the yard. Let's see if we can. Oh, there's some. That's dog shit. More. There's dog shit everywhere. Just my luck. We're here on the workbench. Let's take a look at it. Let's look at it. Ah. I did not mention. It says, it's so shiny. it's so shiny. We'll have to cut that out. So, it's cold out here. Lucas, be quiet for a second, please.